Okay, so Peter Diamandis, one of Fortune's 50 greatest leaders of his time, he said that the world's biggest problems are the world's biggest market opportunities. Nowadays, we're facing two very big challenges globally. Okay, and we're going to talk about one of them real quick and one later on. All right, the first one is health. Uh, a lot of us have been fed a big lie, and we're starting to realize this. Most people are. We've been told that organic foods are the answer to all of our nutritional needs, that we can eat our way to being healthy, that if we just eat right, you know what I'm saying, that we'll be healthy, happy, and terrific. But the New York Times a few years back published an interesting article called Breeding the Nutrition Out of Our Food. They showed that because of over farming and soil depletion, we're just not getting what we're supposed to get nowadays whenever it comes to nutrition from food. In fact, scientists have been able to analyze the phytonutrient content in our food, and just a stalk of broccoli, as much as children love broccoli, right? But just a stalk of broccoli is 80 times less packed with nutrients than it was just a couple of decades ago. Matter of fact, the Golden Delicious apple, which we actually have a whole thing of those over on the counter, is 100 times less packed with nutrients. It's basically like we're just eating to be full nowadays. We're not really getting much from it. So we're seeing a lot of dis-ease in the world today, mentally and physically. Matter of fact, I want to ask you a question. Honestly, what would you do? What if you could use the same nutrients and supplement and eat and fill your body and fortify it with the same things that Olympians and world-class athletes use to fuel their body and elevate it to peak performance and feel absolutely incredible, mentally, physically, just biochemically? What if you could do that without spending thousands of dollars a month like all of them are? Even NASA gives the same superfood that we offer to feed the astronauts in space. We truly have some space age biotechnologies that we'll talk about tonight. So what if there was that simple way that didn't cost thousands of dollars a month, okay, that was affordable, anyone could use and should use, that outperforms all of those expensive organic foods, going to the Whole Food store all the time, outperforms the high-end supplements and all the CBD oils and everything else. I was actually a featured speaker at the International Cannabis Conference about 7 years ago, speaking on the CBD oils and all this different stuff, and they're awesome. But we do have something that is consistently outperforming everything that I just mentioned, and it's a fraction of the price of any of them. So introducing Xelliss Biotechnologies. Guys, this is something truly special and unique. World-class, cutting-edge biotechnologies. No one in the world has. As a matter of fact, we patented it, so no one in the world can have it. We even patented the technology you need to even be able to create the patented biotechnologies. So what all of these products revolve around is a strain of blue-green algae we call A3 spirulina maxima. You're probably familiar with spirulina. Matter of fact, I would say chances are you are familiar with spirulina because for decades it's been touted as the world's most perfect superfood. It doesn't get any better than that. The most perfect superfood in the world, right? The best for decades. Now, it is that, but it's also inherently got some challenges. So spirulina is unique in the sense that, yes, you're getting every vitamin, mineral, nutrient, amino acid, and protein that the body needs, okay? But it also acts like a sponge, and it soaks up all of the heavy metals, toxins, pollutants, pathogens, pesticides, all that stuff. And everyone grows it outside or in basins that are outside. That's how it's all produced, right? In lakes and basins. And so when you do that, there's no way to monitor the quality control. People have gotten sick If you look up the research, people have gotten sick from different blue-green algae. Some have even passed away because of these hard to regulate supplements. Now, we saw that as a major problem. And the way that we solved that is through this photobioreactor technology. It's so neat. Let me show you this real quick. So if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, that's those photobioreactors, right? And the green is the blue-green algae. The blue is something so interesting called phycocyanin that we'll talk about here in just a second. But if you look at the slide here, you're going to see that there's a really interesting slide on the cells of spirulina. Okay, microscopically, you see right here, there's a little bit of green and a lot of open space in the cell with all these little black dots, okay, which means the biomass is very low. There's actually very little spirulina in the cell, but you see there's a lot of black dots, and those are pathogens, impurities, things that could potentially make you ill, okay? That's some of the best spirulina in the world right there. Now, right below that, you see a solid green strain. That is Xelliss's patented A3 spirulina maxima. Okay, it's solid green. If you go one step further and go down just a little bit further, you'll see under a little bit more of a deep microscopic look that there's lots of yellow dots, some red dots, there's some blue dots. That's beta carotene, iron, and phycocyanin right there. So what I want to impress upon you is that if you're buying like 100 pounds of the best spirulina in the world, you're really getting more about 40 pounds of actual spirulina, a lot of open space and some pathogens and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they charge extra for the pathogens too. Okay, so with us, however, you get pure A3 spirulina maxima. We have the heaviest biomass in the world, so you're actually getting more of what you want. We have the heaviest nutrient density of any blue-green algae and the highest phycocyanin concentration of any blue-green algae in the world, guaranteeing 17% phycocyanin. And the closest anyone else has ever been able to get is about 13%, by the way. So these are fun facts for you. So if you're getting more of what you want, that's just more nutrient dense, you're getting more vitamins, minerals, nutrients, amino acids, and proteins than anywhere else in the world for less cost, it really just makes sense. And I want to talk about why phycocyanin is so important to understand right now. So with me, the more research that I did on phycocyanin, the more I was blown away. Okay, so phycocyanin is this blue protein that grows on the cell wall of blue-green algae, right? And it's very expensive, okay? Very, very expensive. 75 milligrams is usually about $200 to $300. And I'll explain why that's so important here in just a second. So let's talk a little bit more about our A3 spirulina maxima. So here's a couple of our biotechnologies here at Xelliss, okay? The one on the left, I take every single day. Everyone should. I truly do believe that. It is not only the world's most perfect superfood, we've even improved on that, making it better than even Mother Nature herself can with the A3 spirulina maxima. It helps with all sorts of different things. And one thing that I've noticed, since you're giving the body every single vitamin, mineral, nutrient, amino acid, and protein that the body needs, aside from vitamin C, which we have a product here in a second I'll talk about for that. But when you're giving the body what it's supposed to have, guys, it does what it's supposed to do. It's really just that simple. You have no idea how good you could feel until you feel as good as you should feel. And that's what these products are designed to do. The A3 spirulina maxima is high in chlorophyll, high in protein. Matter of fact, per weight, it's higher in protein than even beef. Okay, it's got all these amino acids and minerals that the body needs. So it does help with pain sensitivity. It improves mood, boosts the immune system. And nowadays, you're going to have a really hard time finding anything that can compare when you're trying to bolster your immune system like most people are. On the right-hand side, we have a world-class premium European espresso. This is not the same coffee that they serve at the grocery store and the gas station that my grandpa had and all that sort of thing. This is a premium European espresso with our A3 spirulina maxima. So it's actually been infused with A3. So it's really cool because whenever it starts coming out, it starts coming out as blue, right? And then blue, green, and then green, and then you get the actual coffee. So you know that you're getting the A3 spirulina maxima, and it is the healthiest coffee on planet Earth. You're getting this nutrition on a cellular level for less than $40 a month. Can't beat it, plain and simple. Let's talk a little bit about that blue, that super blue protein that I was talking about, phycocyanin. And that you heard from earlier, his call it everything from a phycocyanin and everything else. And I can't say that I said it right the first time that I heard about it either, okay? Someone said, someone called it something that I had never heard earlier today. I wanted to bring it up, but I forgot what it was. It was like, I couldn't believe that they said it. So phycocyanin is this blue protein that grows around the cell wall of blue-green algae. And it's just this super blue antioxidant that drops inflammation through the floor, right? Drops oxidative stress through the floor. And there's a lot of people out there. Matter of fact, most healthcare professionals nowadays are saying that pretty much all disease and illness is due to inflammation. Of course, we don't claim to treat, prevent, or cure any disease or illness, but I will say this, that if you have something that really, really dramatically drops oxidative stress through the floor and just kills inflammation just tremendously, then it's really neat some of the testimonials that we're having take place. 75 milligrams of phycocyanin is usually about $200 to $300. Now, to put things in perspective, that's this much, okay? Not much at all, right? This is usually $200 to $300. And for us, this is just a daily serving, and about a month's supply is around $40 a month. So, I mean, that is something that I really look forward to taking each day, because as I mentioned, every time my mouth waters whenever I think about it. It is so tasty. It's like eating icing off of a cupcake or something like that. It's stabilized in 1,000 flower honey. So when you take it, not only are you getting the benefits of this super blue antioxidant protein that just kills lactic acid, oxidative stress, and drops inflammation through the floor, and does so many other really, really important things. But you have this natural, clean energy that just goes for hours and hours. Better workouts, just more stamina, being able to play with the kids longer, power through your day without needing that caffeine boost at 2:30. Folks, we have world-class athletes and Olympians that are training on this stuff, and that stamp right in the middle of my page right there, the Sport Protect, that just means that this is safe for any Olympian or world-class athlete, because it adheres to the anti-doping regulations, and it won't cause them to turn up negative in any tests or anything like that. These are all very, very clean products. I think there's only 2 ingredients in this product, which is phycocyanin and 1,000 flower honey. There's really not a lot of filler products or any filler products in any of these products. They're very clean. Now, we have a whole phycocyanin line, because, if you Google phycocyanin and you look at the market in Wikipedia, it's expected to be a multi-billion-dollar market starting this year on out. Okay, that's what the projections are. And no one's doing it like we're doing it at all. Barely anyone's doing it at all. They're charging hundreds upon hundreds of dollars for a little thing of phycocyanin. We're encouraging you to take it every day. So we have Phycocy AM at the top, which is rich in acerola vitamin C, a natural bioavailable form of vitamin C. And it's just great for antioxidant protection, bolsters the immune system. It protects you on a cellular level against free radicals and oxidative stress. And it just helps reduce fatigue. I know a lot of people nowadays just don't have the energy that they wish they had. I used to hang out with my son, who's about to be 10 next month. And I wish I had his energy. Well, now he's having a hard time keeping up with dad. So it's a nice paradigm shift. At the bottom, you see phycocyanin PM, which is really good to help you wind down for the evening if you're like me and you have a hard time chilling out and getting to sleep, right? And it has delicious mango and cinnamon and ginger to give it its flavor. And it has all the medicinal benefits of reishi mushroom, which go back for hundreds of years. Also helps with mood support, with the tonic that it has to relieve the stress. So there's a lot of physical benefits, but I think nowadays just as important is to have that mental benefit as well. Now, we also have a phycocyanin sport that if you're in the gym, if you like to run, if you like to work out, matter of fact, there's a lot of things that it can help with. It's going to get you to your peak performance, giving you the best workout you can possibly have, very rapid recovery. It's infused with vitamin B9, which helps with the synthesis of nucleic acid. Basically just means that that burn that you get when you work out, or you're going up, 5 or 6 flights of stairs and your legs start to burn or whatever. It helps dissipate that, okay, during the intense physical activity. It also contains arginine, which was one of Science Magazine's molecules of the year a couple years ago. And there's just a whole host of different things that arginine is good for. I really encourage you to look that up independently as well, because this is a really good source of arginine as well.